So, I have a confession to make. Growing up, I always had this very deep sense of wanting to do something big. I had big dreams. I always remember hearing about the artists and the creators that didn't follow the rules. I grew up with that same spirit, that same rebel, creative spirit that said, I am gonna do things differently. I am not going to follow the crowd. I am not going to play by anyone else's rules but mine. Well, time went on. I played by the rules. I played by the systems that were created for me. I set out to do it my way, and I gave in to the system. I have a confession to make. I started out on this journey wanting to find my own creative voice, my voice to share with the world. I've watched so many YouTubers come into their own and develop their own voice and style. I've gotten to watch their journeys play out and how they deal with life, with the life of being a creator here on YouTube. I've watched their struggles and the things that they wish they could do differently. So I've really tried to pay attention to the lessons that they've learned and do things differently. Growing up, I always had this very deep sense of wanting to do something big with my life. This importance, even though I didn't necessarily feel like I was an important person, I felt like I needed to do something big and important. I had big dreams and I always felt like I was meant to step into them. I always remember hearing about the artists and the creators that didn't follow the rules, and that is how they became who they were, because they refused to listen to anyone else and they did what they knew was right in their own creating. And I grew up with that same spirit, that same rebel creative spirit that said, I am gonna do things differently. I am not going to follow the crowd. I am not going to play by anyone else's rules but mine. Well, time went on and I played by the rules. I played by the systems that were created for me. I set out to do it my way, and I gave in to the system. I took a 9-week solo trip to Europe back in 2014, and I told myself, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm not gonna do the touristy thing and just follow what everybody else does. I wanna see the countryside and really see the culture of every place that I go to. It started out that way. Eventually, I got tired and just decided to give in to the system and the rules and how everybody else does it. Here I am, years later again, trying to follow my own way, and I feel like I have not completely, but somewhat given into the system, followed what everyone else is doing. I have to admit that it's so hard to come into this space that is familiar yet so unfamiliar to me. It's familiar as a watcher. It's not so familiar as a creator. I'm just at the beginning, so it's not like I'm looking so far down the road and I've really lost my way or anything like that. It's just that I've noticed that I've started creating bad habits, and they're habits that other people decided to make for me. This is the way you do it. These are the rules. You should be doing this and that. I'm not saying that anyone out there is doing it wrong. I just don't feel like I'm doing it my way. That is so crucial to this journey for myself, is to do it my way. Because I followed the system so many times. I followed the rules because that's what you're supposed to do. That's how to be a good person. That's how to win in life. And it was always a constant struggle because I knew it wasn't right for me. That's why I'm creating this life for myself. I'm trying to create something different, that I make the rules and I'm not tied to anyone else's system or rules or what they say is right for me. It's really hard to figure out what way is right when you're just starting at the beginning and you've got your newly packed backpack and you're ready to set off on your adventure. This wild, crazy adventure that you have no idea where you're going or how to even go, how to even walk it. It's really hard to get all of that out of your mind and forget everything that you've been taught and listen to that voice inside of you to figure out how to do it your way. That's why I've been quiet for a minute. I've just been trying to figure out what way is my way to do all of this. I don't want to play by the rules. The people that are going to see this are meant to see this. The impact that I make is the impact that I meant to make. Regardless of how many or how few see this. I don't want to strive for what everyone else is telling me to strive for. I just need to focus on creating. I want a life of creating. That's what's important to me. I want to create as much as possible and also make a difference in the world while I'm doing it. I need to not focus on anything else but creating and then putting it out in the world to hopefully inspire some people. I hope the same for you. I hope that you sit with yourself and find out what is true for you. What are your ways of doing things? What is speaking to you in your gut that tells you that something might be off? That you're meant to do something else or do something in a different way than what you're doing right now. Listen to yourself. Listen to that voice inside you because it's guiding you. We're meant to follow our own way. That's how we end up on the right path and take that journey that we're meant to take and end up at the destination that we're supposed to end up at. Don't follow anyone else's rules. Yeah, be a good human and take care of humanity and the earth. But other than that, go your own way. Find your own way. What are you meant to spend your time doing? I know that we're gonna find our way. It's hard sometimes, and it's even harder sometimes to take your way, especially when it goes against the right way, when it goes against the grain. But we can do it, and we're gonna do it our way, and we're gonna see magical things happen because of it. You are magical, and don't you forget it. There's something inside of you that is wanting to come to life, or come to life even more. So let it come to life. Don't listen to anyone else but yourself. That's what's happening in this moment. We'll see what happens in the next moment. See you soon. Bye. Well, Nathan is finding a flight. It's fine, however long it takes. Just easier. So sorry when I start talking. You haven't talked to the camera in a while.